We now invite you to join us for part 26 of the conference titled The First Middle East Vegetarian or MEVEG Congress held in the city of Dubai in the United Arab Emirates on December 7, 2010 with Shankar Narayan, vegan, the founder of the Sattvic Vegan Society, who will discuss the difference between vegetarianism and veganism and the principles behind veganism.
So our next speaker is going to be Shankar, and I'll tell you a little bit about him. Shankar Narayan is the founder president of Indian Vegan Society. He's the regional coordinator for India, Southwest Asia, International Vegetarian Union. He was a lacto-vegetarian since birth, but has been a vegan for 10 years. He lived in Dubai for 5 years, but presently he resides in rural India. And he's organized several events to spread the message of vegan living. So let's put our hands together for Shankar, and he'd like to share his views.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm happy to be here. I'm very thankful to the organizers for inviting me to be here and allowing me to share my experiences or sharing my experiences as a vegan, life as a vegan. Mahatma Gandhi ji, the father of India, and my moral guru said, truth and non-violence are as old as mountains. I have nothing new to tell the world. Same is the case with me. I have nothing new to tell the world. If I say something that is already existing, so whatever I'm going to say within with a very limited time, all known to everyone, it's all available everywhere. But I would like to share those ideas with you from my perspective. Generally, speakers allow you to ask questions at the end of a speech. I would like to ask at the beginning of the speech. Generally, speakers take questions. Here, I will ask you questions. Okay, 2 questions. There are 2 small prizes for those who answer my questions correctly. Anyone may answer. You can verify with my explanation later. What is vegetarian? Anyone may raise their hand and answer now. And I will say what my version is later. What is vegetarian according to you? What you understand vegetarian? If you answer correctly, I'll give you one of these.
According to my thinking, a vegetarian is the person which eats more vegetables, but at the same time avoid eating meat. And because all the life is sacred, so we have to take care of the animals on the planet. This is my thinking.
Okay, thank you. If your answer matches my explanations, you may take your prize later at the end. What is vegan? So you said avoiding meat and eating plant food. What is vegan? Anyone?
Not consuming animal products.
Not consuming animal products.
The products which has cholesterol is not consumed is a vegan.
Okay, thank you for your answers. I have 2 prizes. You may take it if your answer matches my explanations. Okay, let me go ahead. So life as a vegan, this is the topic I am asked to speak, and my life as a vegan for the last 10 years is very interesting. What is vegan? So vegan is a word derived from the word vegetarian. You can see that. Vegetarian, first 3 letters and last 2 letters makes vegan, pronounced as vegan. There are several types of vegetarian. This is a Vegetarian Congress, Middle East Veg Congress or Middle East Vegetarian Congress. We have different definitions for vegetarians and vegans. Many people say they are vegans, still consume dairy products. There are many people who say they are vegetarians, they don't consume any animal products. So there are so much confusion about these words. See, non-vegetarian is one who eats anything. Anything he wishes or she wishes. There is no limitation as such. You shouldn't eat this, you should eat this, nothing like that. Non-vegetarian is free to eat anything. A lacto-ovo-vegetarian is one who avoids all meat products but consumes eggs and dairy products. An ovo-vegetarian who consumes eggs but no other animal products. Lacto-vegetarian consumes dairy products but no other animal products. Vegetarian or dietary vegan. See, when none of these are called vegetarian. Vegetarian equals vegan. So that is how we use in most of our activities. Vegetarian is vegan. Vegetarian is one who doesn't consume any animal products. Though in some parts of the world, vegetarians exempt themselves from some part of animals, some part of animal products. Say they eat, they drink, consume a dairy product, they still call themselves vegetarians. Or they consume eggs, still they call themselves vegetarians. But in general, the original concept of vegetarianism or the essence of vegetarianism doesn't allow any animal products, at least in diet. So vegetarian or dietary vegan is one who doesn't consume any animal products. That is my definition. That is what we are using in most part of the world, except in some niche markets, niche areas. Then vegan. Then what is the difference between vegan and a vegetarian? If vegetarian doesn't consume any animal products, then who is vegetarian? Who is vegan? So vegan is one who doesn't consume any animal products, including honey, and he doesn't use any animal products also. Leather, silk, or wool, or going into circus like services of animals, going on animals for a ride or entertainment or experimentation. Animals are as good as his own family members. There is no exploitation, no use of animals, being a vegan. An Indian vegan. So I am an Indian. Though I was living in Dubai for 5 years, I traveled to other countries, but I am by heart Indian. So there are Indian ethos in my life. What is Indian vegan? I will explain you that too. See, according to Vegan Society of UK, that is the first vegan society in the world, they define veganism as such. Veganism is a way of living that seeks to exclude, as far as possible and practicable, all forms of exploitation of and cruelty to animals for food, clothing, or any other purpose. It's all purposes included. So no animals as far as practical and possible. These two are conditional. So one can exempt oneself based on all these conditions. This is defined as such by Vegan Society UK. The original intention of veganism is to prevent cruelty to animals by human actions. But later, they added two more important aspects of veganism. That is for preservation or promotion of our own physical health and protection of environment. Environmental aspects are gaining a lot of momentum because global warming and climate change, all these are caused by human activities, especially with regard to food. So veganism is promoted for these three reasons. One is for prevention of cruelty to animals. Second one is for human health. Third one is for protection or promotion of better environmental conditions. Indian vegan. See, as I said, I am an Indian. I have expanded the definition of veganism to little farther. One who accepts and strives to follow the principles of veganism. That is, loosely I have put like that, so that anyone accepting mentally as veganism is the right thing to do in life. And anyone who accepts in principle, in mind, the principles of veganism as the right thing to do and right thing to practice in life, that person would qualify to become a vegan or Indian vegan. It's a change in mental attitude first. Physical actions follow later. First, change of mental thinking. Apart from those, so we have certain other ideas. One is 100% plant food. We have to eat some food. Without eating any food, we can't survive. If there is a possibility of surviving without eating any food, that Dr. B. MEVEG was saying, we get energy from sun. I would prefer to do that instead of eating plant also, because people argue that plants do have life. Why do you kill plants? I can't survive without eating plants. So I have to eat plants. So we survive on 100% plant food. So we don't eat or use animals for any dietary purpose. Second thing is, just eating plant food is not enough. We have to be happy. So that food has to make us happier. It has to induce some good feelings in us. So that is the another part of our Indian veganism. And part of that, we have to be healthy. We have to be healthy physically. So if you see there was yesterday a Gulf News reporter was asking, Indians has a lot of vegetarians, about 40% of Indian population is vegetarian. Still, India has a lot of diseases, a lot of health problems in India. What is the cause? Indian vegetarians don't eat healthy in general. Olden days in India, people were eating very healthy when there was no so much advancement of technology or lifestyle. But at present, Indian diet is very, very junk, not much having nutrition. So with that condition, I emphasize that a vegan has to be health conscious. One has to be very, very healthy. See, even looking at me, I was very, very unhealthy when I was some time ago, about 15 years ago. So that was a different world for me. I was suffering with so many chronic diseases. And after changing my lifestyle, I have at least started feeling much younger. I don't know how I look like, but I feel younger. That's why I'm here today. And being happy and healthy is a second part of this. And that doesn't end our veganism. The very important part of veganism for me derived from Mahatma Gandhi's life, derived from many other people, and derived from our own ancient teachings like Bhagavad Gita. These moral qualities, a vegan not eating any animal products and stealing from someone or hurting someone physically doesn't qualify to be a vegan just because he doesn't eat animal products. No, that cannot be, that he or she cannot be vegan. We have to develop these kind of moral qualities which are part of Indian ethos, Indian culture over thousands of years. Those are very important to me. I emphasize those for vegans. So I try to practice. I may not be able to follow all these 100% because it's always an evolutionary path for me. Several years ago, I was thinking vegetarianism was complete. If I practiced vegetarianism, that life was perfect. But no more I think so. So when I learned more about this, now I think veganism is still evolving. Initially, I was calling veganism as a summit of civilization, but I laugh at myself at that kind of thinking. Veganism is not complete by itself. So it is a path of evolution. More you think, more you involve yourself in these activities, more you realize how incomplete you are, how much more you have to learn. That is my path of realization. And with these, there is a lot of things to change in my life. Fearlessness, Abhay. See, I am also even now an ordinary human being. I was thinking about future. I was in Dubai at that time. I was thinking it is not just earning some money and accumulating those money is not a purpose of my life. I have to do something in my life. So I went back. I started working on veganism, promotion of this. I was not concentrating my career. At one point of time, I started thinking that what is going to happen tomorrow if I don't have any money to survive or promote my activities? What will happen to my family? I was worrying about my tomorrows. I was worrying about my death. But when I visited Mahatma Gandhi's ashram 2 years ago in Ahmedabad, I realized the person who practices ahimsa or truth should not be afraid of death or poverty. This is my kind of veganism. It may not be much relevant to others. But still, when you evolve up in life, these are all will becoming very, very relevant. Fearlessness. If you fear death, if you fear poverty, you cannot achieve anything in life. So that is one first thing. Then ahimsa. Ahimsa is part of our yoga, part of our every activities in India. Non-violence or ahimsa is foundation of all principles. So ahimsa is another one. This is part of veganism. Akrodh, freedom from anger. If you get anger for valid reasons, sometimes we feel we are very angry because there is a reason to be anger. But you have to control anger. If you have a sattvic food which gives a sobering effect on your body and mind, you cannot get anger. So you shouldn't get angry being a vegan, or at least unnecessarily you shouldn't get angry. We get angry for petty reasons at home, outside. We get irritated for various reasons. We find getting angry is reasonable. But when you are going up in the evolution stage, you cannot get angry.
If you are making war, you will never see the sun or heaven ever again.
Serene viewers, thank you for your presence today for the First Middle East Vegetarian or MEVEG Congress on Words of Wisdom.